This is the same college that brought us In a Heartbeat. I cannot believe Bright stole the opening logo shot from this. I joke. This opening shot is a great way to show us the environment the animation will take place in, and the Choice ukulele does an excellent job at showing the viewer what the tone will be for the animation. Even the logo text symbolizes what the characteristics of the two protagonists are. The city sound effects are on point. Also loving the cartoon environment of the city. This editing effect is incredibly visually pleasing. Did this background really just abide with the laws of zoom and enhance? Isn't this just a painted background? If so, that is wicked cool for a 2014 animated short. This animation wastes no time with symbolism. Jenkins lives at apartment number 13, wears dark, rugged, and thick clothing, has a bandage on his nose, a patch on his sweater, two bagged eyes, or are those black eyes? I'm going with black eyes, and dons a helmet. Even his apartment gives off a dismal and depressing vibe. It's not even clean. And the opposite goes for Lou. She lives at apartment number 7, wears short, bright, and light clothing, and her apartment gives off a welcoming, joyous vibe. Her disappointment is perfectly animated, from facial expressions to her walk cycle. Perfect editing and perfect animation. Also, it's no doubt that the wind started to pick up when Jenkins left his apartment. Appropriate response. This animation really doesn't cheat to show off the luckiness and unluckiness of these two. Everything good is happening to Lou when all of the most common superstitions happen around Jenkins. Love. Well, love at first sight, technically. Aw, you can't go wrong with such a warm smile like that. Even more symbolism, Jenkins falls into the shadows and Lou fell into the sunlight. And this is where it starts to hit you. Jenkins knows he's a jinx and doesn't want harm to come to Lou, even though they've just met. I just noticed that Lou is wearing a 4-leaf clover beret. The scene is actually more for Lou than the viewers. It shows her that bad things happen around Jenkins and showing her why he didn't take her hand. I, no joke, saw a comment from YouTube user Hugo Labbit saying, "Girl discovers she is kinda into being hurt, prequel of 50 Shades of Grey." And while she does dig getting hurt, she digs it because it's most likely the first bad thing that's happened to her in her lifetime. Hilarious continuity. If you remember, this is where that puddle blocking newspaper was, and judging by the looks of it, the newspaper did soak up the puddle. I have to give it to Mason Self. With this score, he could make Expedition Everest at Disney World feel like a leisure car ride. And Nick Ainsworth's sound design is also top notch. I love how this ice cream cart is styled like an ice cream cake cone. Jenkins' hair sticks up through his helmet, showing that he's worn it for quite some time now. This car. As Jenkins is tightening up his helmet, I'm noticing these bandages around his fingers. I mean, this is a cartoon, so we are going to use cartoon physics whether you like it or not. Wait, was that dolly zoom? Only Mason Self can make a life or death situation somewhat peaceful. Again, staying true to the cartoon physics. Trusting another. Also, I'm just noticing that Jenkins has a chipped tooth. It's pleasing to see that these two can find optimism in this situation. Is this a callback to earlier? Saving your new friend and yourself. How lucky. This is adorable. Finally being able to laugh off their luckiness / unluckiness is a monumental leap for their character arcs. Even this little end credits arc is as meaningful as the animation. If you can't guess it, I'm not going to explain it to you. And not a single word of dialogue is present in this. It's a real shame that this animation will only be known for its shape of view dub-over, when it deserves far more respect. This was probably the cutest animation that I've done so far. The chemistry between Jenkins and Lou was probably the best out of any other animated couple out there. Well, second best. Okay, third best. The color scheme of the animation was incredible. All joyous and bright colors, with only Jenkins to contrast that with his clothing and his apartment. And the visual style of the animation is definitely something to behold. A cartoony look to everything, and it definitely fits the tone of the animation. I think the best part of this video was the comedic value. The hilarity to the animation adds a real charm and wit to it. And believe it or not, this animation did have voice actors. That's right, the producers paid 2 people to scream and grunt and giggle into a microphone. If you don't feel sympathetic after hearing that, I don't know how you will. The overall message of the animation was to be accepting of yourself, and I think the animators definitely did a great job at presenting that. The video was showing how miserable Jenkins and Lou's lives were with their overall luckiness and unluckiness, until finally they learned it's not so bad after all. And Jenkins taking off his helmet at the end was supposed to resemble how he's finally come to terms about who he is and is ready to face life's problems head on. Alright, now the next video should be a given, but here's a pixelized teaser frame anyway.
We back at it, young logic, the rap addict, giving it every part of myself on the real, you would think I'd be asthmatic.
What? You look like Mary Poppins.
Is he cool?
Hell yeah, he's cool.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
You know what really sucks, though?
What?
Everything.
Such a magic world for us to play anytime we want from night to day.